welcome to Across Louisiana. My name is Steve Sawyer. Thank you so much for being a part of the show today. We've got 3 guests on the show, and it's really going to be a great show with some good information. Kevin Gardere, who is the Director of Development for Bridge House Grace House, is going to be on the show with us today, and they've got their famous Mr. Legs contest coming up, and you'll want to hear how you can not only be involved in that, but how you can attend that. Julie Lee is with the crew of Pandora, and they have a membership drive open for their crew. This will be their 2nd year to roll, and they do roll in Metairie on Lundy night, and she's got information on how you can be a part of that crew. And finally, our very own Leslie Hoffman. Leslie, is the producer, the program director, the fitness guru, Get Fit with Leslie. She has got a wealth of information, and we're going to be talking about summer activity, dehydration, sunscreen, and things like that, and things that you need to know to help yourself get through the summer. So we've got a great show with some good information. Stay with us. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Across Louisiana. Thank you so much for being a part of the show today. It's always a pleasure. It's always an honor to have Kevin Gardere on the show. Kevin is the Director of Development for Bridge House Grace House, and I can't say enough about what Bridge House Grace House does for the New Orleans community. They go by the lineage of they are the last house on the block, and they truly are. Because after Bridge House, Grace House, there's just nothing left. Kevin, you always talk about that, and I always talk about organizations that really do give back. And boy, the Bridge House, Grace House, I mean, you're getting those people that they just, I hate to say it this way, but they've lost all hope. And I've seen what you can do with individuals that come into the organization, and it's just phenomenal, the caring and the loving that you give. And these people have lost everything, so they're clinging to nothing. Right. So you're not only the last house, but you're the last hope.
Right. Yeah, a lot of our employees have actually been through treatment, including myself at Bridge House, and it saved our lives, and we want to continue to make sure the doors remain open for those individuals who have lost everything. Yeah. And so we raise money, we do a lot of special events. It is often referred to as the last house on the block, because people that come to us feel as though this is their last chance. They've probably been through 4 other treatment facilities on average, have lost everything, including their home. Family, job, home, basically burnt bridges with those who love them the most. And they come to us, as you said, hopeless and helpless, and many of them wanting to die. Yeah. And
I think it's hard to imagine to be in that situation. I'm fortunate that I'm not, but I can't imagine yourself and then working with people that are in that situation of nowhere to go, nowhere to turn. And thank God, and God bless the fact that you guys are there. Bridge House, Grace House, you guys have the best fundraisers. I'm telling you, it seems like every month you're doing a fundraiser, and I got to honestly say, I mean, you got to do that because you have to raise money to do what you do. It takes a lot of money because you're housing individuals, you're feeding individuals. Right. You do a wonderful first-class golf tournament that we get involved in every year, but this is by far the craziest event that you guys do, and I'm talking about Mr. Legs.
Mr. Legs is by far our craziest event.
This is the what year?
This is the 16th year, so okay. It's Mr. Legs' Sweet 16 party. This year, it's Saturday, July 9th, from 6 to 10 p.m. at Generations Hall. Right now, we already have 14 contestants signed up. I'm sorry, 15. 15 contestants signed up, 14 restaurants. We're looking to get up to 30 restaurants, and we'll probably do it in the next 3 weeks.
Wow, that's
We have
incredible.
A huge silent auction, a raffle. We have 2 sweet tickets for one of the Pelicans games that we're raffling off. It's an open bar from 6 to 8, and the show itself is amazing. These guys get up there. The person who is crowned Mr. Legs is the person who raises the most money.
Still got to show his legs.
He's still got to show his legs.
I'm reading.
And then we have categories with celebrity
hairiest
judges.
legs. Why you'd want to have that, I have no idea. Hairiest legs, sexiest legs, best costumes. People actually get dressed up.
Yes,
when they
do.
This. Okay.
Best costume, best performance. It's these contestants. It was a parody of a beauty contest at first, and they've kind of taken it on. A lot of these guys have been doing it for several years, so they come up with a famous person that's kind of lately been in the news, and they dress up to that person, and dance to a certain song along the runway.
This year you got 4 celebrity judges.
We do. We have Lauren Flirty Girl LeVon. We have Tamika Lee and Shiva Turk from WWL's morning show, and then local comedian Jody Varello, who will be our 4th, and we may even have a 5th. We'll see.
Let's talk about the event. It's July the 9th.
Correct. It's July the 9th from 6 to 8.
At Generations Hall.
At Generations Hall.
And can you buy tickets online?
You can. They are $40 a piece for general admission.
And that's bridgehouse.org. We'll put that on the screen.
Correct. It's bridgehouse.org, O-R-G. And it's $40 in advance. We shut down the online purchases the day before.
Okay. So you can buy at the door, too?
You can buy at the door. It's $5 more. It's $45. Right. And we still have VIP tickets available, which gives you great seating on the balcony of the stage room of Generations Hall, and those are $75. We probably have about 50 of those left.
Okay.
So,
do you sell out? I mean, that's a big facility.
It's a huge facility. We usually have about 800 people. I think that capacity is actually 2,000, but you know that middle, they have 3 big rooms. Our stage has a runway, so it kind of takes up some of their.
Well, you also got a lot of food and a lot of drinks.
We do. We have a lot of food. We bring in our own food, so we usually have 30 restaurants, and then that middle room is kind of taken up by our auction.
Yeah.
So the capacity is probably 2,000, but it would be tough for them to squeeze more than 1,200 in there with the way we have it set up currently.
The admission price is well worth the show alone. It's not to mention the food and the drink and everything.
Exactly.
And so what was it I read from? What was it Times-Picayune did?
Times-Picayune had a list of the top 10 parties in New Orleans for 2015. Well, they actually couldn't decide on a couple that were at the end, so they named it the top 11 parties of New Orleans in 2015, and Mr. Lakes
was
came
one of
in.
them.
So we were really
Kevin,
excited.
Let's be honest. There's a heck of a lot of parties in New Orleans.
It's just a few, huh?
And you're in the top 11.
When we're in the top 11, we have 5 ourselves.
That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible.
It is. We were very grateful of them putting us in that number. You know, a lot of their staff has been at 2 of the events, and they fell in love with it. It's kind of hard not to. It's such a fun event. You know, of course.
So before we wrap, and I'm getting this the sign to wrap it up, I just want to mention again, it's July 9th, 6 to 10, Generations Hall. Tickets can be bought online at bridgehouse.org, or they can be bought at the door for $45, $40 online. It's a wonderful party. It's a wonderful organization. You just really can't get any better than what Bridge House Grace House does for the people of New Orleans. We're lucky to have Kevin. We're lucky to have you. We're lucky to have your organization. Please, if you want to come out and support a worthy organization, this is definitely one that you want to get behind. We've got a couple more guests. Stay with us. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Across Louisiana. Again, thank you so much for being a part of the show today. Julie Lee is our next guest, and Julie is the captain, but most importantly, the founder of the Crew of Pandora. Not that many people, I know Ed Munez and Endymion, not that many people can say they're a founder of a crew, so congratulations on that.
Thank you.
You've been in existence. This is your 2nd year
This is our
coming
second
up,
year.
so this will be your 2nd ride coming
Correct.
up. All
Yes.
Right. And this is great because this is the first time we've had somebody on the show who is actually doing a membership drive, and I think that's awesome. So tell us a little bit about Crew of Pandora, because I know a lot of crews are involved in. A lot of people just see the Mardi Gras aspect of a crew, but I know crews are involved in other activities as well. What are some of the things that the Crew of Pandora that you guys are involved in?
Well, we're hoping to be involved in more this year. Last year, we adopted a family for Christmas, and we were able to bring toys and food and things like that to the family so they would have a really good Christmas.
Good for you.
And this year, we're looking at doing some other things in Jefferson Parish that we feel are important, especially important to women. So that's definitely one of our focuses.
And with that, it's definitely a female crew.
Yes, all female crew.
Is there an age requirement?
21 and over.
Okay,
yes.
and boy, I wonder why it's 21.
The liability?
Yeah. For all of those of us that have been in crews, we know the answer to that.
Yeah.
Julie, is there a membership fee to join?
There is. The annual dues are $550.
Oh, that's not
and
bad at all.
right now we're running a membership drive, an early bird special. It's $450 if you join before June 30th.
Okay.
So we're actually hosting our first membership event tonight.
Oh, wow.
We'll
Good
bring
for
your
you.
bestie. So we're asking ladies to come out and join and get to learn about us.
Now, the website is crewofpandora.org. I'm assuming that all information about the crew can be found on the website. And if you want to sign up for membership.
Yes.
Now, is it something that you have to, like for a membership, do you have to check on, let's say that if I signed up for membership, do you do a background check? I mean, you pretty much, as long as you're over 21 years of age, you're pretty much in the crew, right?
Yes,
okay.
yes, that's
So you don't
correct.
have to worry about anything like that if it's hanging out over your head or...
No,
all right.
no.
And,
it's just a formal...
Fun time. Crews are great. They're a lot of fun. And you know, again, crews do more than just ride on Mardi Gras Day, because I've been in several crews, and you do so much stuff during the course of the year. So you know, people think, wow, you pay that kind of money just to ride in a Mardi Gras parade. There's a lot more to it. Do y'all have like a pre-Mardi Gras event?
We do, and we also have a Mardi Gras ball.
Okay.
So that's
King
all
and Queen
included.
and,
yes.
and all that
so
kind of good stuff.
that's all part of it. So
Now you ride the traditional Metairie route.
Correct.
And it's on Lundi Gras.
Lundi Gras
right?
night, yes,
Okay.
7 p.m.
Ride this year when everything went okay?
Yes, it was
trying to remember
wonderful.
weather
It was
this year. Was
it
it
was
cold?
cold.
Yeah.
It was windy, but actually the crowds were beautiful. It was a clear night. It was cold, but it was really nice.
Yeah. What are some of the things that, as far as, I mean, you're wearing a beautiful T-shirt right now.
Thank you.
With Crew of Pandora. Do you have like a designated throw?
We do. So our signature throw are hand-decorated glittered boxes,
Oh,
like
wow.
Pandora's box.
I like that.
But we, try to promote the good side of Pandora. So yeah, it was fun giving them out to the crowd, and they loved it.
How many floats do you have right now?
Last year we had 16,
Okay.
so we're hoping to have about
Marching
20
bands
this
and
year.
the whole nine
Yeah,
yards?
uh-huh.
How do you go by? You have to work with the schools?
Absolutely,
Oh, okay.
yes. And Mardi Gras is a year-round event for
now,
us.
would you have a king, or is it just a...
We will not
Okay,
have a
it's just a
king.
queen,
And we will
right?
not have a queen.
Okay.
This year we will have a lady who will be Lady Pandora 2017.
And are they selected from within the crew?
Within
of
the
course?
membership, uh-huh.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Now, again, membership is from now until deadline was what, June?
Well, June the 30th, you
30th.
can get the early bird special with the $100 off.
Okay.
So it's $450, and then after that, it's $550
Okay.
to
All
join.
right. And as regarding throws, I mean, people, you spend what you want to spend. There's a misconception that you're required to spend so much money on throws.
Well, some crews do have a requirement. We do not.
Okay.
So we try to keep it affordable for everybody, and they can spend what they want.
Yeah, and I think Lundi Gras is becoming as much fun now in many ways as Mardi Gras is. So again, I want to point, the website is crewofpandora.org. Membership drive now open to June the 30th. Julie, the founder and captain of the Crew of Pandora, we appreciate you taking time to be on the show.
Thank you
Hope you
so
get a
much.
successful membership drive and you get a lot of members out of this. We have one more guest, and it's a good friend of ours, and you've seen her here before, and we'll be right back. And welcome back to Across Louisiana. As we said, our surprise guest is no surprise to us. Leslie Hoffman is the post producer for Get Fit with Leslie. Leslie, always a pleasure to have you on the show. How long have you been doing Get Fit with Leslie? 50 years at least?
19 years.
19? Are you serious?
19 years.
19 years.
On the air for 19 years.
Holy cow, that's got to be the longest we've had anybody on the air. It's got
Oh,
to be.
man, it has been such a good time, too.
Wow, so you were here during the Cox 10 days?
Yes.
All right, so the show airs Monday?
The show airs Mondays through Sundays
Okay.
at 7:30 a.m.
Cox 4.
Cox 4. And on Cox 4, Monday evenings at 7:30.
And I think you're also on Cox Sports.
I'm on Cox Sports TV Wednesdays at 6 a.m.
That's national.
Yes.
Oh, that's incredible. So
Yes.
the show is it's about fitness, but it's also about well-being and
It's just
it's
about
a lot of
everything.
things.
You know, we get a really good workout in, and we talk about you know, we have a segment called In the Kitchen where we talk about various foods and nutrition of the foods and just everything. We do everything. We have a great time doing it.
You know, we always joke because we always call you doctor because everybody's always asking you questions. And then your website is getfitwithleslie.com. All information about the show and when it airs, but also information about, I mean, can people ask you questions on the website?
Yeah, you know, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a certified nutritionist, but I have studied throughout the years, and I know a lot about nutrition and, you know, good food sources, and I try to share that on my show.
Well, you do a great job. I mean, you really do a great job. So we're going to talk about, it's summer, it's hot, and it seems like it's the hottest summer on record, in my opinion, right now. So a lot of things to watch out for during the summer that I really wanted to talk to you about. Dehydration is one of those.
Absolutely. And, you know, we shoot outside, and, you know, the heat is strongest, the sun is strongest between the hours of 10 and 4. So if you go outside and you exercise outside, you may want to think about before 10 or after 4 because you become vulnerable to, you know, heat exhaustion and heat stroke, because if you're out jogging or doing exercise and if you're not drinking and replenishing yourself with fluid, you can become dehydrated, and that could lead to heat stroke, and that could be fatal. So you want to make sure that you drink a lot of water, but on top of drinking a lot of water, you want to make sure you replenish your electrolytes, because when you sweat both. You're sweating out water, you're sweating out electrolytes. And electrolytes are essential because it's responsible for the normal function of your cells and your organs. So before you go out, before you take that jog, which, you know, like I said, you should really consider not jogging in the middle of the day where it's really hot, you want to have maybe an electrolyte enhanced beverage, and not just water, but water's important because when you sweat, you know, sometimes you feel that gritty feel, you know, so you want to replace that, because if you don't replace that, you can get sick. So
it almost, and if you ever, I mean, it's like salt.
It's salty. So you can buy electrolyte enhanced waters, but you've got to be careful that you're not getting too much sugar. You know, a little bit of glucose is good because you need that, but you want to make sure you're not getting too much sugar, because a lot of the electrolyte enhanced beverages or waters that you find on the shelf, you know, they're loaded with sugar.
Yeah, and I don't want to give any names away, but one of the things I've always been told you've always said, read the label. Because a lot of these products are nothing but sugar.
But nothing but sugar. So you think you're doing something really great for yourself, and you're drinking these beverages, and you're just loading up on sugar. And sugar is, as you well know, is not good for your gut, and it's certainly not good for you. Excessive amounts of sugar. So you want to make sure that you read your labels. But you can make your own water, your electrolyte enhanced water at home. You can do that at home. And, you know, by adding, you know, a little bit of either Himalayan salt or Celtic sea salt, and, you know, fruits like lemon and orange and what was, in fact, I have a recipe posted on
the website?
On my Facebook page. Get Fit with Leslie Hoffman is the Facebook page. So you can go there and you can check out something that you can do at home and save some money, because it gets expensive, especially if you're sweating, you're out jogging, or you're out, you know, exercising. Even if you're not out in the heat, you're inside at the fitness center, or you're inside at home jogging on your treadmill, you really want to replace those, you know, your body with not only water, but you make sure you replace it with the electrolytes.
Yeah, and let me ask you this. I was at a friend's house the other day, and we were out in the backyard hitting golf balls and doing stuff like that, and he had to quit because he said, I'm having a heat stroke. And I said, I don't think you're having a heat stroke. But it's funny, you always hear people say that. I think I'm having a heat stroke.
Well, you pretty much, you may know if you're having a heat stroke because your body temperature rises, you can get a headache, you can get nauseous, you can have rapid heartbeat. I mean, there's other things associated with heat stroke. And if you're having a heat stroke, I mean, a heat stroke can be fatal. So you've got to be really, really careful. You need to cool your body down, that's for sure. And you need to drink, if you're out and you're feeling like you're not feeling well and you're exercising, make sure that you get some electrolytes in your body and, you know, water and take care of yourself. And you find that, you know, people go to the beach and they sit out on the beach and they sweat and they drink alcohol, and alcohol is really counterproductive.
I'm glad you said that, because I wanted to get to that too.
Yeah, yeah. So if you're out on the beach and you're drinking beer and you're drinking pina coladas, and a lot of people do that, and they're sitting there and that's their source of beverage, you're going to get dehydrated. You need to drink water. So if you're having beer, just think about, if you have a beer, you need to drink about two glasses of water to counter the effects of the dehydration of the alcohol, because you're going to get sick. It's so unhealthy to do that to your body. So, and also, you know, you can wear UV protective clothing now. They've got great UV protective clothing out that you can buy to protect your arms and your body from the harmful rays of the sun. You can wear a large brim hat. Make sure your eyeglasses are UV protected, because you just, you know, you've got to be really, really careful that you don't get sick. And the kids too, you got to watch your kids.
Yeah, and I think kids are, we recently had our granddaughter at the beach, and I mean, everybody was being real careful.
Yeah.
I mean, she's less than 1 year old, so you're like, oh my, you got to be really careful here. We have the big tent and all that. So, I mean, really, summer's a fun time.
Right.
But it's also a time you got to be careful.
Yeah, and sunscreen's another thing.
Yeah.
You want to make sure you have an SPF, which is sun protection factor, of at least 30.
And
at least 30.
You should put it on well. I mean, you don't just put it on and then go out in the sun. You want to put it on.
Right. You put it on in advance and make sure that it's waterproof.
Yeah.
You know, you want to make it water resistant, and you want to make sure that it contains a zinc oxide and titanium dioxide.
Okay.
Those are the two ingredients that you want to make sure is in your sunscreen. And you know, you may want to, you know, research and do, you know, and come in and go with one that's more of a organic, as opposed to with a lot of chemicals, because your body absorbs everything.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure, you know, do your research, go online, see
What about
some of the
these
best
sunscreens now?
sunscreens.
You see everybody using that you just spray on. It's just like real quick, and they're telling me that I've got to go real quick. So Leslie, on the website, I mean, you've got information, hints, and hints.
Well, you know, my Facebook page, I do have the homemade electrolyte water that you can go. But as far as the sunscreen, keep the sunscreen on and reapply it. You know, even if it's water resistant, after you come out of the pool, the water, you know, put more sunscreen on. Protect your skin.
I think they're getting ready to come over here and yank off my microphone. So it's always a pleasure to have you. We can sit here and talk forever.
It's always a pleasure being here.
Love having you on the show. Leslie Hoffman, host producer for Get Fit with Leslie. The website is getfitwithleslie.com. All the information can be found on there. They're getting ready to pull me out of this chair, so I'll just say you've been watching Across Louisiana. My name is Steve Sawyer. Thanks so much for being a part of the show, and we'll see you next time.